Hey, welcome to Chris JRS. My name is Chris, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a review on the lights that I use while I'm filming these videos. A few videos ago, I did a video called My Budget YouTube Setup, and I showed you what was going on behind the camera. So I thought in this video, I would do a review on the lights that I have here. Eventually, I'm going to be doing one about my microphone, so you can look out for that one. So when I was starting up this channel, I knew that I needed better lights because in this room, there is no natural lights, there's no windows or anything, and the overhead lighting isn't very good. So I did quite a bit of research on what type of lighting I should get. Initially, when I was looking for lighting, I thought I'm just gonna get a ring light because that's all I knew. Now I didn't know then, and I still don't know too much about lighting, but I know more now. Now ring lights are good depending on what you're shooting. So if you're doing makeup tutorials, or if you're a streamer and you just want a close-up shot and you just want soft lighting, evenly lit around your face, then a ring light is good. They're also pretty good because they're a little bit more portable and take up a lot less space. But if you're doing a talking head video like I do, where you're just kind of sitting and just talking to the camera, then a ring light may not always be what you're looking for. So after doing my research on what type of lighting I'm going to be getting, I decided I would get a softbox. So a softbox is just a box with a light bulb shot through a layer of diffusion. So that layer of diffusion will create a wider area of light being on the subject. So, you know, it's not as harsh as just a straight light bulb on you, and it makes you look a little bit prettier, as you can probably tell. So I went on Amazon and I looked up softbox lights, and a lot of lights came up, and I was trying to keep my budget under $100 because if you're new to YouTube, you don't really want to be spending too much money on new equipment, especially if you don't know what you're going to be doing with it. Maybe you might just do a few videos and then quit. So don't really spend too much money until you're actually fully established. I want to keep my budget under $100 if that was possible. So I did see a lot of stuff on Amazon, but you would see a lot of similar looking pictures, but different branding. So sometimes one brand might have one extra feature that another brand didn't have, and keep going back and forth like that. So when I was choosing mine, I was looking for anything that was under $100, and that was pretty much it. So there were a few brands that did offer under $100 for one light. So after scrolling through Amazon, on the 7th page, I finally came across this one company that I thought gave me the best deal, and that was from the brand Lomtop. So the reason why I chose this brand for is because of what they were offering. At the time, it was $85. Now, these prices always fluctuate, so you gotta keep an eye on them. So at the time, it was $85 Canadian, and it came with the 2 soft boxes, the 2 light stands, came with the carrying case. There's a carrying case here. It says Lomtop on it. It has, this is actually a case for the stands. It came with 2 of these. It came with one of these, which is, it's in here. Let me see, open it up. Which is something I didn't really actually need, but it came with it, so I was kind of like, why not? Oh, sorry about that. So yeah, these things go flying. So this is a reflector. It's a double-sided reflector. It came with a gold side and a silver side. I don't really need this, but it came with it, so I was like, why not? It's part of the deal, so I was like, whatever. It's kind of cool, but I haven't found any use for it yet. What I actually really liked about this one company that I ordered from is that it came with 3 of these. These are the light bulbs. So these light bulbs they range in price. These ones I believe are about $25 for one on Amazon. They are these pretty big bulbs. So it came with 3 of them. So that's about a $75 value for 3 bulbs at about $25. Could get cheaper, but these ones specifically, I think they were $25. Yeah, it's always nice to have an extra bulb. So, and $75, that's pretty much what I paid for the whole kit anyways. So I thought, why not just get this. So these are 5500 Kelvin light bulb, so it's natural daylight type of lighting at the 5500 level. If it's lower than that, then it's more yellow. The higher, the whiter the light. So it's more of a daylight lighting type. It also did come with some like instructions how to set it up. It's really easy to set it up. I actually didn't read the instructions when I did it. When I set it up, because I did watch a lot of videos prior to getting this on how to set it up or whatever. But you have the instructions there, so if you do order them, read the instructions so you know what you're doing at least. Now I only really needed one light, but because this one came with two lights, I was like, why not? There are other kits where come with more lights, but I think two lights are good enough for me. I'll show you what these lights look like. So right now, this is what it looks like with no lights on. I know some of you might prefer this type of lighting. So this is just my overhead light only, no soft boxes. And I have my ISO set at 200 and my white balance at 3200. With my softbox, both of them on, I had it set at 100 ISO and 5500 at the white balance. So right now this is my setup with just one light on. I have just my key light right here, and it's just shooting down on me from a 45-degree angle off the side of the camera. And this is what one light would have looked like if I did it on a key like this. So right now I have one light right behind the camera and it's facing directly toward me. So this is kind of like a false ring light. This is what you can achieve with one light as well. So I don't really use that setup with the false ring light with one light behind the camera, because I do have two lights. I don't need to. I'm still right now using just one light off to the side as my key here. I put it back. So right now you can tell this is a little bit more dramatic because I do have a big shadow on this side and more light on this side. So I'll go ahead and put another light on just to show you what that looks like. Alright, so I put the other light on. Now this light is just bouncing off the wall and kind of reflecting back to me. I could probably use my reflector, but the reflector is kind of small, so I just used the wall. I also could put a foam board or something there, but like I said, for two lights, this is what setup I generally use, is the one key and the one fill bounced off the wall onto me. I used to have it directly on me, but it's hard when you're wearing glasses and it's going to be reflecting in your eyes, so I tend to just kind of bounce off the wall so I have less glare on the glasses. Now, one of my last videos, I actually, because I was wearing black, I put that fill light on the floor behind me and just kind of bounced toward the wall, so I had this light shining back here, and I kind of like that because when you're wearing black on a video, and if your wall is black, I know not a lot of people have black walls like this, but you could really get, there is no separation, so you will just kind of be like a head floating in the wall. If you watch my first video that I posted, I was wearing a black sweater there, and I do look like I'm just like a floating head because I'm blending in right into the wall. That's something you want to avoid as well when you're doing lighting. So with these lights that I got, because they're two lights for a good price, I was okay with that. I'm happy with the way it turned out. So the lights themselves, they are good. You know, they are just on, off, turn on and off lights at 5500 Kelvin light bulb, white light. So they're good. Like, they're gonna give you better lighting than you probably have if you don't have windows or if you don't have good lighting in your place where you're gonna be filming. Now these stands, they are decent. They've held up the lights. I don't have any extra sandbags or any extra weight on the bottom. Some people do add extra weight just to make sure that it does stay sturdy. They've been fine. They have fallen over a few times, but that was just because I trip over the cords. As you can tell, I probably knock things over all the time, as I did earlier. Why not? But yeah, like, they've fallen. That's another reason why I like the third light bulb, is because if you drop one of these lights and they break, then it's good to have another one. Now the floor here isn't even. It's not very level, so because this is like an old basement, so. And these lights, I leave them up all night and they haven't fallen over on their own yet. So maybe it might happen, but as far as right now, it hasn't fallen over on its own. So like I said before, the setup is really easy. I didn't read the instructions, but I did know how to set it up prior because I was watching videos. But even if you look at the instructions, they are quite easy. So the cons I have about these lights aren't really a big deal or anything. The first one is that you can't change the color temperature on it because there are softbox right now where you can just dial in the temperature that you're looking for, so it can tone it down or brighten it up with just dial. I don't really care about that, so not a big deal for me. So another downside to it is they are a little bit big, so if you don't plan on having them up all the time, like when you're not filming, then it could be a little bit annoying to be dismantling it. I've never taken mine down since I first set it up a few months ago because I just leave them up. I have a space here where I can leave them up, but if you don't, it's understandable because some people don't. Some people are shooting in the living room and you don't want to have your lights up in your living room all the time. So it could be a little bit annoying. That could be another downside. The only alternative really is probably to get a smaller light. These ones are actually smaller soft boxes. There are bigger ones, but these ones are on the smaller side as well. So would I recommend these lights? Yeah, I would. I would recommend these lights to anyone who's looking or needs better lighting and doesn't want to be spending too much on them. Now these lights, again, they are from Longtap and I got these on Amazon because it's such a good deal. They've actually been sold out on Amazon for a little while now. Even on their official website, they're sold out there for this specific kit with the 2 lights, 3 bulbs, and everything else that I showed you there. They've been sold out. They do have other lighting kits that go a little bit more, so you can check them out. But there are other brands on Amazon that are similar to these ones that are just as good deals. You may not be getting 3 light bulbs, but there may be some with only 1 light for like $50 or so, or 2 lights, 2 bulbs. They have different packages that you can get on Amazon. So go through Amazon and check them out. I will leave links below for other brands that I think that are good as well. But I do think that the Longtap are a good brand, especially for the price that you got. They do have one setup that I saw. I think it's for about $230, where you get like all the lights plus I think a backdrop as well. That one's pretty cool. I didn't need all those lights. I don't know what I'll do with all those lights, but if you're someone who may be doing video plus photography, that might be a good setup for you to check out. So choosing a lighting setup when you're now starting off YouTube can be a little bit of a challenge. I'm still trying to figure it out as well, but I think the setup that I have right now is pretty good. These lights are doing a decent job, so I don't think I'll be upgrading anything anytime soon. There are fancier lights you can get. Like I said before, there are LED lights, there are ring lights, soft boxes, big round boxes, whatever they're called. They're the honeycombs attachments, and you don't have to worry about any of that. I would just say just get a soft box. If you're doing makeup tutorial, maybe a ring light, but I think a soft box can even work well at the same time for makeup tutorials or close-up shots. I don't think I'm going to be upgrading my lights anytime soon. It's probably one of the last things I'm going to be updating, as long as these ones are working still. So I will be leaving links below for you to check out other, for similar lights, if you are interested in getting softbox lighting. Alright, I'll just end things there. You know what to do, everything should be down below. Until the next one, I'll talk to you guys later. Have fun.